Yo, what is going on, guys? Crypto Vibes for House Crypto. Bringing you guys another video. And today, guys, we're back with the UPC Season 2 and Week 2 matchup against Coach Oak and his Iggytown Incineroar. So I'll make sure to leave his link down in the description below, as he makes some great content as well. He does a lot of live comms for his videos, so that's always cool there. I definitely want to try some live comms eventually in the upcoming weeks, maybe. Thinking about it, but definitely thinking about it. I don't know for sure, but yeah. Anyways, Coach himself, he has a very threatening squad. You know, we can go out and break down the teams right now. As on my side, we have the Kyogre, Magirna Z Captain, Zapdos, Reuniclus, Amoonguss, Kabutops Z Captain, Licky, Miss Magus, Lucario, Druddigon, Meowstic Male, and Mega Swampert. And on Coach Oak's side, he does have the Mega Salamence, Deoxys, Defense, Tapu Koko, Z Move Captain, Tangrowth, Cloyster, Silvally, Hitmonlee, Steelix, Volcarona, Alolan Persian Z Move Captain, Nihilego, and Drifloon. So overall, he has a very fast team, a very good offensive team synergy in my opinion, and has some pretty decent defensive components to his team. So definitely not going to be an easy team to prep for. It was not an easy team to prep for, I should say. And overall, it should be a good match though. It should be a good match. But yeah, I can get into it. Some of the huge threats I thought on his team were definitely the Mega Salamence, obviously, depending on what kind of set he wants to bring with that. A little bit more scared of a bulky Dragonite set, so I need to be careful about that. Tapu Koko, I'm not too worried about, I guess. Deoxys Defense can be a little scary if it decides to set up against me. A couple other scary things are the Volcarona. I definitely don't like facing that thing, never, ever. Especially, I mean, I have Rain, which seems decent against it. Obviously, it gets like grass covers and stuff, but I don't want to mess around with my, I don't want my Rain to I don't want to waste my rain turns with that thing still around, because that thing can easily still sweep. It has a good matchup against my team, I think. Hitmonlee is a little scary in the electric terrain, obviously, if it gets its unburdened. It doesn't have the best coverage to break through my team, I guess, but still nonetheless a threat. Nihilego, I think, has a decent matchup, even though I have rain. Not a bad Pokemon overall. I guess it's not great, this matchup, but yeah, I expect things like Deoxys Defense and Tangrowth to be his core, as it just checks the majority of my team. It's good against rain, which is pretty nice for him, so yeah, that's basically it right there. And I'll go ahead and get into my team. We'll start over here. But yeah, we got the Zapdos right here. Easy. Our defensive Zapdos. We're speed creeping a Silvally or a Deoxys Defense, trying to speed creep us. That's there. We're running a lot of defense. This defense investment is very nice overall. It allows us to just take on Hitmonlee. I don't want the thing to ever be a problem. It allows us to take hits better from a Cloyster, which is nice, because we can just bob it with Thunderbolt. And ultimately, it's pretty nice overall. It lets us take knockoffs better from certain Pokemon with, I guess that's not too big of a deal, but overall, just a nice physical check. And if he brings Steelix, I can always U-turn out against that. I didn't want Volt Switch. I figured U-turn was just better overall. We have Whirlwind on the set as well to stop some of the setup sweepers like Volcarona and Mega Salamence potentially, so I want to be careful about those mons. And yeah, they would be huge threats to my team if I allow them to be, so yes. Getting into my next mon, we have Kyogre, the main rain setter for the team. Leftovers, Origin Pulse, Substitute, Calm Mind, and Ice Beam on the set. It's not going to be as fun as Scarf to Water Spout, obviously, but it's still a fun set nonetheless if we can get this to work. But yeah, we're running a pretty good amount of bulk with 240, Modest Nature with 184 special attack EVs, and then 84 Spidef EVs. What this bulk in general does, it allows us to, after +1, we can get behind a sub and take a non-invested Giga Drain from a Tangrowth, which I expect him not to bring any EVs on his Tangrowth, so that's the plan there. And then Ice Beam and Origin Pulse is always good overall. It's just good coverage for his team, as it hits everything neutrally or super effectively, I believe. Outside of the Cloyster, and I'm not too worried about Cloyster coming out on a Kyogre. So yeah, this set is going to be nice this week. It can definitely be a breaker for me. It can definitely be a solid breaker for me, and potentially allow some of my setup sweepers to win this week. So coming in next, we have our Meowstic set. It's a pretty fun Meowstic overall. I told you guys at the beginning of the season that this Pokemon was going to be one of the most important Pokemon on the team, and this week it will come in very clutch, I can guarantee you that. And rocking the Damp Rock with Trick Room, Rain Dance, Hidden Power Ice, and Reflect. Now, I realize Hidden Power Ice by itself obviously is not that great, but for what I'm facing this week, I could only afford to run one coverage move, which definitely is not ideal for Pokemon, especially like a Hidden Power. It's not great. But I needed Trick Room, Rain Dance, and Reflect overall, because obviously Prankster is nice. Damp Rock's really good because it meshes well with my Rain Core I'm bringing this week. and I need as many turns as possible. Like I said, against this setup Pokemon, I need to be faster than them, so that's the goal there. I don't remember exactly what the speed's for on this. I guess it allows me to HP Ice something, because obviously I have Prankster, so I don't need to worry about speed other than like my attacking moves. So Hidden Power Ice probably just allows me to hit. I can't remember. I cannot remember. Maybe it was like a Mega Salamence, like a bulkier variant, but yeah, this is the Meowstic this week. It should be coming in clutch, so yeah, we're bringing it for a reason. Coming into the next month, we have Kabutops, Sumami right here with the Bugium Z, X Scissor, Stone Edge, Swords Dance, and Waterfall. Running the Adamant Nature this week, and I believe the speed lets us outspeed a Scarf Tapu Koko. Scarf Tapu Koko might be faster than this. I can't remember. It might be +1 Mega Salamence. That might be what I'm thinking. But yeah, this and my Mega Swampert had a very, very similar speed tier. I guess I gave it away. Mega Swampert is coming again, but yeah. Overall coverage is nice. X Scissor hits what I'm expecting to be his 2 primary checks to this, being the Tangrowth and Deoxys defense. And then we have the Stone Edge, Swords Dance, and Waterfall. Overall, nice general coverage. Stone Edge obviously bops the Volcarona. Waterfall's good against things like Nihilego. It hits the Hitmonlee for good neutral damage. Tapu Koko as well. Overall, it's just a pretty solid mod against this team, and I wanted to bring it because with Rocks up, this Pokemon can be pretty nice. And yeah. Getting into our next mod, we have Magearna here. Our Assault Vest Magearna with Fleur Cannon, Volt Switch, Ore Sphere, and Hidden Power Rock. Now this set's really really nice against what I'm expecting to be a Thunder Tapu Koko. Because I do have Rain, and I think Tapu Koko is pretty good against my team. He could potentially be Z-move as well, so I need to watch out for that. But if he has Z-Thunder, I believe that does just over half to us, so we can easily take another one. And if he does, for some reason, decide to bring Thunderbolt instead, then we can take 3 we can take 3 non-item boosting special attack Thunderbolts, which is nice. And if he ever just wants to Volt Switch around with Tapu Koko, we can easily chew those up, and then he doesn't really have much that wants to come straight in on this, besides like maybe Volcarona, but I do have Hidden Power Rock on deck, and I am Assault Vest, so I can chew any one hit, which is nice. Overall bulk, like I talked about, mainly meant for Tapu Koko. This can wall out the Nihilego very easily. Not worried about that Pokemon with this around, I guess I should say. So yeah, it's overall pretty nice Pokemon. And getting into my last one on the team, we're bringing Bash, the Mega Swampert again, and we're rocking Earthquake, Toxic, Ice Punch, and Stealth Rocks. Like I said, similar EV spread to the Kabutops. I believe we're outspeeding it by 1 point for some reason. I don't remember why I did that. Maybe it was an accident. But yeah. Pretty much forced run Jolly this week because of how his team works speed-wise. Like I said, +1 Mega Salamence after DD. I think I can outspeed that with this spread, I believe. But yeah. Earthquake there for general stab. It hits his team extremely hard. Some of the defensive checks like Steelix, like just 2-shots it pretty easily. It hits Volcarona. I don't think it one-shots Volcarona, but it does a lot to Volcarona. Especially after rocks, if I can get these rocks up with Volcarona trying to late game, I can always just Earthquake against that pretty easily. Earthquake, what else does Earthquake hit? Hits the Tapu Koko. It hits the Hitmonlee for nice damage overall. Hits the Nihilego, bops the Nihilego, and yeah. We don't really Waterfall in this set necessarily because it hits some of his team pretty hard. Like it hits the Nihilego super effective, but we do have Earthquake for that, and I believe everything else Waterfall is neutral against or not very effective. So I decided to go with Ice Punch because it hits things like Mega Salamence, Drifblim if he decides to bring it, Tangrowth, which is nice, but then generally Toxic's really nice on here because I'm expecting Tangrowth and Deoxys defense once again to be a check to this and the Kabutops, so I want to have Toxic and Ice Punch ready. Toxic generally for the Deoxys defense, and then Ice Punch obviously is nice overall. Hits Mega Salamence and Tangrowth harder, so that's good there. Toxic's good for Tangrowth as well, so yeah, that's gonna be the team, guys. I'll go ahead and get into the match here shortly. So yeah, let's get into it. Alrighty, so back with the match, and as you can see, he brought somewhat of what I expected. I guess I expected 5 of the 6 mons. I didn't really expect Steelix. I more than less expected something like the Cloyster or Hitmonlee, even though now I look at it, Hitmonlee doesn't exactly have the best matchup against me. So yeah, that's gonna be that. And looking at his team, I knew Volcarona was going to be a setup win con for him. That's pretty much what Volcarona does every time. Unless he wants to play like a bulky, toxic set for some reason. I don't really know how that wouldn't really do great against my team. But yeah, Volcarona's going to be scary. In the back, Tapu Koko, I'm expecting to be some sort of lead pivot mon against my team. Maybe Taunt to try to stop Stealth Rocks from going up from like my Kabutops or something. I don't know. Mega Salamence, I'm expecting it to be a bulkier variant with the Volcarona, especially in the back. Deoxys defense and Tangrowth both came like I explained. I expect them to both be pretty defensive. And then Steelix is there. I guess it's pretty nice for stopping some of my Thunder spam and just Zapdos in general. Magearna, it's pretty good Magearna check, so I can respect him for bringing that for sure. So we'll go ahead and get into the battle. I decided to, from what I watched on the replay last week, he lit Tangrowth trying to predict a certain lead, and he saw from what I did he probably saw my last week's replay, I led with Kyogre, so I expected Tangrowth pretty assertively to be his lead right here, so I decided to lead off with my Magearna. So right here, I get the Magearna lead right here. Pretty sure I didn't want to catch a Leech Seed right away, or what was this for? Leech Seed. I don't remember exactly why I hard switched. I guess I could have Volt switched, but I remember I'm slower than that. So I go into my Zapdos right here. I figure out that he is not in fact Assault Vest after seeing the Leech Seed. So that's good information to know. That means my Rancor should be able to break through it even easier now, or at least my Kyogre. So yeah, he could be Rocky Helmet. He could be like leftovers or something. We don't know yet. But right here, I am actually going to click a U-turn right here, trying to catch him on the knockoff. So I'm trying to get into my Kyogre right here. I wanted to catch him on the knockoff. That was my plan, and then I could potentially sub up on his Leech Seed. So right here, as you're going to see, I'm going to go for the U-turn like I explained, and go into my Kyogre. And unfortunately, right here, he does reveal that he is toxic. So I guess I could have went right back into my Magearna, scouting out for that, as my Magearna could beat this thing 1v1 now that I know it's not Assault Vest pretty easily. So that's that. We do set up the rain, we get the toxic. Right here, I do actually decide to go for sub anyways. I know he's probably just going to Leech Seed, so I can at least get off a ton of damage on something, if not kill something. So the plan is here to Calm Mind up. He has a chance to break my sub right here with the Giga Drain with my investment, like I was talking about, a very slight chance, but he does get a crit, so it doesn't matter anyways. A little unfortunate right there, because right here I believe is where I just click Ice Beam and knock him straight out. Yeah, so I could have been behind a sub potentially with the Ice Beam going off and just knocking that off, or knocking that out. So you're going to see that's a little bit unfortunate, because now he's going to go ahead and decide to bring Tapu Koko in. Had I been still behind the sub, I could have just Origin Pulse right here. He could have doubled into Salamence, I guess, and then played around my Poison. But I could have got a ton of more damage off on his team, and it would have been nice if that crit didn't happen. But it is what it is. I'm going to save my Kyogre for Rain in the back. Going to go into my pretty easy switch and be my Magearna right here. As he just Volt switches out, we eat that up pretty well. And he's going to go into the Steelix. Right here, I contemplated on what I want to do. I figured he'd probably just go for Rock, so I actually wanted to throw off an Aura Sphere right here, as it did just about half to him, if not a little bit over. So he's actually going to pull a switch right here. I think he said he wanted to scout for the Z fighting move if I had it, which was a smart play. I can respect that. He's going to go into his Deoxys and eat that up for days. As right here, he's going to go for the taunt, and I'm completely fine with that, because I'm just going to go ahead and Volt switch on out. And I believe I go back into my Mega Swampert. Or not my Mega Swampert, but I mean back into my Kyogre. As I reset this Rain, I can figure out if he's faster than me and whatnot, see what he wants to do. Right here, he's just going to recover, so that's great. I get a huge hit off with Origin Pulse, and unfortunately, I do miss. That looked a lot like the Psycho Boost from Bash's miss last week, so I guess that's coming back to bite me a little bit, but it is an 85% move, so it is what it is. And unfortunately, right there, we do miss. And right here, we're going to click Origin Pulse once again, just weaken this thing a lot. And you're going to see Nasty Plots, so this thing, something Nasty Plots, is definitely scary. I do weaken this thing a lot to the point where he does not want to recover again, obviously. I can knock him out with the next one, so he's just going to knock me out right here. He does land a Psycho Boost, and that's fine with me. I figured out he's Psycho Boost, Nasty Plot, Recover, and Taunt. We figured out he was Taunt as well. So that's really good. We know his 4 move slot. So he doesn't have anything else in Psycho Boost to hit my team. I guess I could have went into Magearna right here. To potentially just Flare Cannon, but I think he could have Recover Stalled that out, so I didn't want to really risk that. So I just wanted my Mega Swampert, something that will speed him, which is nice, and scare him out ultimately. Right here, I do believe I just clicked the Earthquake, and he makes actually a pretty nice prediction and goes into the Salamence right here. Gets the Intimidate drop off. I'm figuring at this point, even if he didn't predict the Earthquake, this is probably a pretty defensive Salamence, and potentially could have Wish on this set. So as you're going to see here, he is going to Mega, and he does in fact reveal the Wish. As I'm just going to Ice Punch. I want to see how much damage I can snag off this thing, figure out what kind of set he's running. And yeah, does just over half. If he had Dragon Dance right there, he could have knocked me out with any one move. I don't believe, unless he had like Wood Hammer come out of nowhere. But I don't think he could knock me out with anything. So I was pretty free for just going for that. And if he wasn't bulky and he was just Dragon Dance right there, I could have just Ice Punch again, knocked him out. He would have either had to switched out or got a huge hit off me. But either way, he's going to Wish. And right here makes a nice play, predicting my next Ice Punch, and goes into Deoxys. And with the -1 attack, I'm not going to be able to knock this thing out, so I just go for the Stealth Rex right here. I knew he could potentially go back in Deoxys, so that was going to be my play. Right here, I do throw off a Toxic, as he throws off a Nasty Plot. I'm not too worried about that, because I can reset the Rain anyways. I just want to get Chip on this thing. But he shows the Lumberry, so That's actually really scary. Right here, I believe I go for the Toxic once again as he taunts. I don't know why I clicked Toxic because I knew he had taunt in the back, so that was a really bad miss on my part. As right here, I'm going to go into Coach O because I remember right here that he only has Psycho Boost to hit me, so I can pretty much 1v1 this thing. I'm pretty sure. Gets a crit with Psycho Boost right there, which sucks because I have no reliable recovery at all. So yeah, that definitely sucks. But right here, he is going. I'm just going to go for Floor Cannon. Does a lot of damage with the special attack drop. I can't knock him out with another one, so I'm expecting him to recover right here. So I click Bolt Switch, and it's time. It's time for me to go into the MVP of the team. Time to go into Meowstic. So here we go, Meowstic. Meowstic's about to do his thing. Go for the Rain Dance right here. He could have knocked me out right there. He could have knocked me out with Psycho Boost right there. I'm a little surprised he didn't go for it. Taunt, I think, was a little bit of a misplay because I prankster, so I don't know there. Maybe he just doesn't want me going for a move after that or something. But I'm going to go into the Mega Swampert right here as he's going to go for the Nasty Plot again. And ultimately I can go for the Toxic again, which was the plan. Now, I was misplaying around this thing a lot because I could have went into Zapdos a lot earlier and just clicked Whirlwind. As it would have phased him into anything. Potentially the Volcarona would have been beautiful because we could have got half off on that. But unfortunately, I was misplaying around this thing terribly, so right here I'm going to have to pick my sack, and I figured Zapdos wasn't doing too much the rest of this game, so I'm just going to go into Zapdos right here as he goes for the next Nasty Plot. Now I know right here I do have a potential chance to outspeed if I want to go for like Thunderbolt or something, but that's not going to be doing too much damage ultimately. So I'm just going to click Whirlwind right here just in case he clicks Recover for some reason. But he does just click Psycho Boost. The crit definitely did not matter. This thing blew my Zapdos back. No chance I was living that. But yeah, toxic damage is racking up, and it does put it in a point where my Z X Scissor can't knock it out, even without the +2. So that's really nice, as we can just go for that right here and knock this thing out. Kabutops getting its first kill of the season. Let's get it, baby. And as you can see, he goes into Tapu Koko. I can't knock him out with any one move, and he could be potentially Choice Scarf. There's really no reason in staying in and just letting this thing go down because it can still put in work against these Steelix. And actually all three of these Pokemon, and then if Tapu Koko comes in on one more round of rocks, I think I can knock it out with Waterfall with the rain up. I think I'm saying that correctly. So I am going to switch out right here, go into my Magearna. I know it's going to die to, like, if he goes for Thunder right here, he can just 2-hit KO me, but Magearna was not really doing too much the rest of this game, as Trick Room wasn't going to be great because he does have the Steelix, and with like potential Earthquake that just can actually destroy my team, so I got to be careful about that. As the rain is going to stop, I'm going to go back into my Meowstic right here. I can reset the rain once again. And here you're going to see my Damp Rock comes into play really, really nicely because he's going to Gigavolt Havoc, knock me out right there, which I kind of disagree with because had he just switched out and played around my rain turns, he could have stalled out a couple out and just kept my Meowstic alive and then started to try to kill my Meowstic after a couple rain turns ran out. But luckily for me, he does decide to knock me out right there, which I'm okay with, as I'm going to send out my Mega Swampert because it can definitely put in a ton of work for the remainder of his team. He's going to go into his Steelix right here. I just click Earthquake. I don't care if he goes into Mega Salamence because rocks are up, and he only takes he only comes in on rocks one more time, dies on the second time. So I click Earthquake right here. Even if he goes Salamence right here, like I said, I'm okay with that because I can just click. He's going to be taking rocks damage. So right here, obviously he does have the Wish. Luckily, he doesn't have straight up like Roost or something. So I do believe I actually right here was a misplay on my part. I click Earthquake right here, predicting the Steelix, which is what he decides to do, but it was a terrible misplay on my part because if he just clicked Wish or just stayed in and attacked me, that either way wastes a rain turn, and he can't come back in on rocks anyway, so there's no point in me predicting the Steelix. It's going to ultimately be the same amount of turns wasted, so he clicks Protect right here. Actually, I click Ice Punch first, and after seeing that, I definitely expect him to switch, but like I said, it didn't matter if I predicted it or not. I could have just went for Ice Punch. And he would have been in range of the next Rocks hit anyway, so that didn't really make sense on my part. Not big misplay, but a misplay there. Actually, it was a pretty big misplay because if he just stayed in and wished, and then he protected again, he could have just beat me. Stalled on the rain turn and beat me, so that was pretty bad actually. But I got fortunate enough, and I'm going to be able to click Earthquake. Now with 2 turns left, he's going to go into Tapu Koko. It doesn't matter if he sacks off his Mega Salamence, or it doesn't matter if he goes Mega Salamence because he will sack it off to the Stealth Rocks. I do have one more turn of rain left, and Mega Swampert is going to be able to clean this game up. Picking up 4 kills. So Coward picking up 4 the first week, and Mega Swampert coming back picking up 4 this week is pretty cool. So with that being said, we are going to improve our record 2-0 with +7 different, or no, not +7, +5. I'm sorry, a +5 differential. And now I was going to talk about this at the end of the video. Mega Swampert, Zapdos, and Licky Licky are no longer on the team, which seems kind of crazy because Mega Swampert just picked up 4 kills, and it's really good in Rain. Like, why would you do that? My whole plan picking Rain was to let Mega Swampert abuse it. I saw there's one Pokemon in OU, or not OU, but there's one Pokemon in Tier 1 in particular. I was wondering how the heck is that still there? And there was another Pokemon that fit my team pretty well in Rain that was still Tier 1. So I wanted to pick that up as well. And then I could pick up a cheaper Pokemon that was a good Rapid Spinner that I felt fit my team better than my fighting type I originally had. So with that being said, we are dropping Mega Swampert, Zapdos, and Licky Licky for Landorus, Therian, Tornadus, Therian, and Hitmon top. So yeah, definitely. I don't know if the team's going to be better or worse this way. Obviously, we can Hurricane spam with Torn T. Landorus, Therian, you guys already know, is a busted Pokemon as is. Fills in the ground roll, at least for Mega Swampert, which is nice. We're losing a little bit of speed. We're not losing speed, really, because we picked up Torn T and Landorus, which can be both fast. And then Hitmon type gives me priority too, which is nice. So I figured overall it was a pretty good transaction. Obviously, I still do have my one Rain Sweeper being the Kabutops, and Kabutops and Hitmontop both being Rapid Spinners are pretty nice. As I prefer Rapid Spin over Defog on my team anyways, because I like to win a lot of my matches with hazards on their side of the field. Because I have a lot of cleaners on this team, on this new upcoming team, especially with Lando, Torn T in the Rain, Kabutops, Magearna still, Reuniclus. So I think we definitely have a lot of good potential with the new team. And like I said, GG to Coach Oak. That was definitely a scary game. I felt like I misplayed a little bit there at the end. But luckily we were able to pull it out. So yeah, guys, that's gonna be it. If you guys did enjoy the video, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe if new. Really would appreciate it. And that's gonna be it from me, guys. Peace.